material that Wikileaks is going to publish before the end of the year is of a significant moment, such a significant moment in different directions, affecting three powerful organizations.
America Talks Live rolls forth in anticipation of this evening's presidential, vice presidential debate. Make sure you get it right. You're encouraged to become part of the verbalizing. Dial us up at 1-877-NEWSMAX, 1-877-639-7629. Let's get back to work with our guests. Author and political pundit Michael Solomon's here in the studio. We're joined by the co-founder and editor-in-chief at Politistick, Jennifer Burke, joins us as well. Michael, I'm going to start with you on this one. We just showed Julian Assange here. Whew. Okay, let's try and dispatch with this quickly. Jennifer, don't worry, I'm coming to you on this one here. This is trending all over social media right now. It is blowing up at Newsmax.com. People are interested to hear about this story. Julian Assange comes out supposedly with this October surprise, has a 3 a.m. press conference Eastern Standard Time. Everybody was expecting, a lot of the websites and such, saying, it's got to be about Hillary. It's going to be about Hillary. We got to pay attention here. It was a 10-year anniversary celebration. He basically came out and said absolutely nothing. It was basically useless. But after that, he said, I do not intend to harm the campaign of Hillary Clinton, still promising things that will come out down the road. Should we really be waiting for all this? Is this blockbuster material that we should be paying attention to?
You know what month this is? Trick or treat. I mean, it's, what do we have to, you know, it's, everybody's sitting back anticipating, when's he coming out with it, when's he, if he had something and it was that devastating, he would have come out with it by now. You know, this is not the New York Times where they hold it for the last minute. I mean, he's the kind of guy that likes publicity. He likes to be out there.
He's a traitor.
He's absolutely a traitor. Should be tried for treason. But he was silent for the last couple of years. He was like disappeared into the woodwork, and all of a sudden, here he is again. So I don't know what he's got, where he's got it, or how he got it. And personally, I don't care. The guy's not even on my radar list.
See, there you go. And that's what happens to a lot of people who understand what happens in politics. Jennifer, you cover politics on a second-by-second basis here, and it almost as if we're frozen for a few moments by this. Let's take it from the candidates' side of things right here. It doesn't make a difference whether you're Hillary Clinton or whether you are Donald Trump. Do you fear this stuff? I mean, quite frankly, in my opinion, don't fear it. When it comes out, we'll deal with it, guys. But this is ridiculous to get all worked up about something like this. Or am I getting it wrong?
Right. I mean, you can't fear it. I mean, well, number one, this is why it's important. Anything that's negative that you think might really derail your campaign, try to get in front of it. But if something comes out, it's all in how you handle it. I mean, it truly is all in how you handle it. Can you squash it and get the media to move on? Or are you going to draw attention to it for days upon days and make it the headline story every single hour someone turns on the news? You have to be able to squash these things and get the focus on the things that really affect American lives, your policies, your positions, and your plans if you were president of the United States. That is what people are concerned about.
Are we also agreed then that there's another story out there that everybody is talking about today, and again, it is being driven by social media, where apparently Hillary Clinton, one time in a State Department meeting, talked about Julian Assange, and the report is, quote, can't we just drone this guy, is what they're talking about. This comes from a completely out there website that has no real journalistic intent whatsoever, that basically is quoting an anonymous source. They're not attributing this to anybody whatsoever. It's completely unproven. Wouldn't you say as well, Jennifer, on this? Stop! Work with the stuff that we have. You just talked about policy. No one talks about that. Stop worrying about the nonsense.
Well, goodness knows there's enough you could say, do about Hillary Clinton. I mean, testimony from Benghazi survivors alone and what they said they experienced, yet it was basically negated and not given any credence during the entire
which we have factual evidence of, which we know exists, which is what she said, which is sitting right there in front of us. Something like this, it's not even attributed to anybody. It gets a little out of hand.
The Hillary Clinton campaign didn't address it.
There you go.
So, which is the thing to do.
Same thing, right?
Let me give it in a simple quote.
Go ahead.
This is John Meacham, January 1st, 2006, on Meet the Press with the late Tim Russert, sweetheart of a guy. He asked John Meacham what he wants to see in 2006 from the media. And John's answer was this, direct quote, I'd like to see the media reporting the news, not making up the news. If you tell the truth, you don't have to look it up on Google.
See, and that's why I call them the press, and then there's the media. I've been in this my whole life. I call them legitimate press, and then there is media sources. And the media is the one that you do have to be afraid of.
You've been in it for years. There are no two independent sources anymore. Everybody's rushing to get it to TV.
Used to be.
Yeah, I know, but just not anymore.
Not anymore. We're going to talk about polls here in a minute. First of all, I want to take a phone call at 1-877-NEWSMAX. This is Pete in Keller, Texas. Pete, thanks for joining us. Now, Pete, from what I understand, you're a Democrat, and you say you're now going to vote for Donald Trump. Why?
That's true. Well, from what all that I can see that he's saying and the way the news media has been just completely against him, that he calls the media crooked. And I see that now. I see how crooked the media is. Even they will come out and they'll say, well, why does Donald Trump keep bringing this up? They're the one that keeps bringing it up.
Well, to be fair, Pete, okay, and again, I've been doing this for more than 30 years, and I think Jennifer's been doing it for a long time. You've been around us a long time, Mike. There is a big difference between those who present facts, who are checking facts, and those who are literally throwing it against the wall to see what sticks. And don't we have to take people like Pete? He's made a decision. He's decided who he wants to vote for here. But don't we have to tell people like Pete, Mike, check the sources, make sure that you're just not getting it from one of these fly-by-nighters here?
You know, Mark Twain said it best. If you don't read the newspapers, you're uninformed. If you do read them, you're misinformed.
Trust me, there's a lot of newspapers I think are misinformation every day. You do not get misinformation at Politistick, by the way. So, Jennifer, I'm coming to you on this one here. Let's talk about swing states for a moment here. Let's talk about the polls that are coming out. All of the legitimate polls since the debate on Sunday have Hillary Clinton making inroads, and according to Politico today, she has taken command of the swing state map, ahead in 7 of 11 battlegrounds. She beats Trump in a two-way matchup, 50 to 44% in the NBC News Survey Monkey poll. Simple question then, Jennifer. The VPs are going to go at it tonight. Sunday, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton go at it again. What, in your opinion, does Donald Trump have to do now to make up for some of the mistakes, turn this around, get this back in his position?
He needs to stay focused. He needs to get the message across that he wants to get across and not be baited. That's his biggest problem, and the Hillary campaign has known that Donald Trump can be baited. They watched Elizabeth Warren bait him continuously on Twitter, and he fell for it every single time. That's why she baited him during the debate, and unfortunately, not only did he fall for it then, and I believe he actually was a little ahead after the first debate. It was after he continuously went on air and talked about Alicia Machado and the tweets and everything that he just started falling again. So the Hillary campaign, at least I feel they're not overwhelmingly comfortable, which is why they're going after Gary Johnson and Jill Stein, because they're pulling votes away from her and they want them out of the picture. So Trump needs to stay on topic, not only during the debate, but especially after the debate.
Okay, I want to get to this call right here, because this is what we're talking about, and we only have a couple of minutes. Alma is in Meridian, Idaho. Alma, thanks so much for joining us here on America Talks Live. You want the candidates to stop attacking each other and talk issues. Huzzah, Alma. Thanks so much. You've brought a ray of light to this whole discussion here. But do you realize, Alma, that most people don't want to hear the issues?
Well, I do. And I know a lot of my friends, Republicans and Democrats, will be voting for Trump. But we do want to stop the trashing each other, focus on the issues. We know what Donald Trump says. He's going to get this group, this group, this group, and then the best of all. And then he'll make up his mind, I guess, as to which way to go.
Okay.
Because he's not a politician. But at the same time, stop the trash and get to only the business.
Okay, good. I'm going to stop you there, Alma, because when you say get to the business, and I want to, real quick here, is it fair to say that maybe Donald Trump says he got here on trashing people? Everybody will say that, but it's kind of worn a little thin here, Michael.
That was fine during the primaries, but, you know, it's time to grow up and act like a president. I hate to say it. And she, too. I mean, Hillary's got the same. She's motor mouth.
She's been drawn in, as a matter of fact. She's become part of this whole attacking issue as well.
Exactly. I mean, you might as well just put him in a boxing ring and put the gloves on him.
All right.
Or take the gloves off, whatever you want to do.
Jennifer, I'll give you last word on this. Do you think, though, that Donald Trump can do it? Because Republicans want him to do it.
Right. Republicans have been waiting on him. They've been waiting for this transition to presidential, and it hasn't happened. And I'm afraid they're running out of time. That's my fear, is that time is running out. It hasn't happened yet. I don't know if I see it happening in the next 3 weeks.
That is going to be the question because, again, I think we're all agreed here. Republicans desperately want Donald Trump to absolutely trash Hillary Clinton. They love it. They want to see it. So do a lot of Democrats at that point. Just do it and stop with the nonsense. Jennifer Burke, Politistic.com. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thanks so much for being here. Michael Solomon, the new book, by the way, is The Conversion Prophecy. Thanks so much for joining us, my
pleasure.
friend.
Thank you.
Come back again. Let's talk police issues when you come back next time.
You got it.
We need to be able to do that.
Anytime.
All right. All right. Then there was this second big event, if you will, the Donald and the Robot that comes up Sunday night. We'll dig a little bit deeper into that when we continue right here on America Talks Live.